That's right, everybody. Welcome to Cheap Pops. Coming up, The Rock misses, maybe, WrestleMania. Jacob Fatu goes not PG. And Rey Fenix is starting to sing like a canary. But on that note, it's time for your favorite segment. It's time for my favorite segment. It's time for everybody's favorite segment. It's time for Cheap Pops.
What does everybody want? What does everybody need?
Oh, another cheap pop.
What does everybody love?
Well, that cheap pop is there for the taking.
And we're going to start with The Rock. I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. So I want you to know right off the bat that this is a false story. But The Rock is set to miss WrestleMania 41.
So if it's a false story, why are we talking about it? If
If
we know that it's fake news, why are we making news out of it?
Well, I'm not saying it's fake news. I'm just saying...
You said it was a false story. What other variation of false is there?
I believe that the people behind this, actually believe it. And there's, more and more people starting to pick up on this story. But, yeah, the WWE has decided to move forward creative plans as if The Rock will not appear at WrestleMania as of now. WrestleMania 41, that is. I've been informed that these plans could change at any moment, and WWE is definitely interested in using him if he becomes available, but he's currently not scheduled to compete. That is the story. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of sources, or not a lot of sources, but a lot of publications and whatnot, people in the business picking up on this, so I don't believe it. Maybe this information is true. Maybe someone's been told that. Maybe the seed's been planted. Oh, yeah, The Rock's not going to be at WrestleMania. Oddly enough, remember several weeks ago, Meltzer said something about it, and The Rock said, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
And now here it is cycling itself back. But, yeah, it's just interesting. I guess the reason we're bringing up on our Cheap Pops here is because it's gaining a lot of steam.
Well, I guess if I were to play devil's advocate, I could see The Rock completely abandoning WWE for some stupid movie.
Stupid?
Yeah.
You know, we have the live action Moana coming up, which is, I don't even know why they're doing a live action Moana.
Oh boy.
We just had Moana 2.
Which is getting terrible reviews, but for some reason the box office numbers are up there.
Well, it's not for the people who are reviewing it. This is not a movie for adults.
Adults can like cartoons.
But it's not for them.
A good story is a good story.
Well, I was looking at some of the complaints, and the complaints were that, I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Fuck it, spoil it.
Maui doesn't show up until the end of the movie. That's what I've heard.
That's not a valid criticism?
I mean, maybe it is, but
that's something. First of all, that's something a kid would say. Oh, The Rock wasn't in it until the very end. This movie sucks.
Well, I did a little digging on Moana. You know, it was supposed to actually be a TV series.
Yeah.
So it was filmed as a TV series, and then they said, actually, we're going to send it to the box office. Disney, we need it right now.
Yeah.
We ain't doing too good.
Oh, and they're about to release Snow White that's going to get hammered.
Yeah, that Snow White bitch keeps running her mouth. Apparently, she's trying to sabotage that movie so hard.
Oh, she already did. And then the midget from Game of Thrones, Peter Dinklage, he fucked them too, because they originally were going to have real dwarfs. But Dinklage is like, no, that's whatever fucking woke garbage fucking reason it is. And Hornswoggle even came on, I think he was on Fox News or some shit. He's like, well, that's good for Peter Dinklage. He was in Game of fucking Thrones and Nip Tuck and all these successful shows. I'm fucking Hornswoggle. I need this shit. It's not for him to decide. He's not the king of the midgets.
Oh no, they're going at each other. Hey, you don't speak for us.
Yeah.
They need a Rodney King of midgets.
It could be Hornswoggle.
You know, us black people, whenever there's something we're on the fence of, we have to look to Rodney King. How should we feel about this? Speak for all of us. I'm sorry, Jesse Jackson.
But yeah, Hornswoggle was pissed off at Peter Dinklage, and Peter Dinklage cock-blocked other midgets from being in the movie about midgets. So
yeah, there you go. And how that ties back to The Rock. Oh, because Disney's going through it right now. So
Yeah.
that's why Moana 2 had to go to the movie theaters because
Yep.
they needed it. But on that note, let's talk about some swear words because Netflix, well, I should say Nick Khan, they were doing a panel, him and Triple H, and he talked about Netflix and how Raw's going to look when they go to Netflix. And he says, we are not changing the rating of our program. There's some, this is Nick Khan. So there's some online chatter about, oh, it's going to be rated R for us old folks, like X rated. That's definitely not happening. So family friendly, multi generational, advertiser friendly programming. It's going to stay that way. I would look for more global flair, especially as the relationship with Netflix continues to develop. So there you have it. Everybody had it built up that, oh, when they go to Netflix, we're going to like.
No, they built it up like they were going to have a more mature fucking program.
I remember Triple H saying, like,
not that they're going to say like fuck and, show titties or anything, but they were going to be edgier. They started saying shit and stuff on TV.
Yeah, but that was for WrestleMania season. And
they were implying that would carry over to Netflix.
I don't remember saying that.
Okay.
Yes, it was announced that they were going to Netflix. WrestleMania season was happening, so it was much edgier. And I think as a community, we put it together. Oh, yeah, this is what's going to happen when it gets to Netflix. It's going to be this and more.
Well,
like, we're not going back to bra and panties matches, unfortunately. After this past War Games match, I think that would be the best for the women's division. But fortunately, it's not going to happen. Yeah, maybe the cuss word thing, we could have had more of that. But look at this past Raw. I would say this past Raw was pretty good. It's PG. The CM Punk and that stuff, the New Day stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
And it was PG, so, you didn't need cuss words. Maybe it adds more to it, but...
Well, you don't need them to go out and say fucking shit and stuff, but a little blood, a little heavier language, maybe use shit like fuck in PG-13 movies where you get one of them.
Yeah.
I think it's disappointing because they're making this big fanfare about going to Netflix, and for us, it's just going to be like them going from USA to UPN. Like, the content's just going to be as shitty.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. For me, it's just, I was more surprised that people are surprised that it was going to happen.
Because I'm telling you, they kind of led us to believe that it was going to be a more serious product. If not directly WWE, then the people publishing shit that WWE reports.
Yeah, like, it's definitely going to change because you can already tell Netflix is like, hey, we paid a lot of money for this. We better get it right. I don't know how credible these reports are, but there's reports that, like, Cody Rhodes and Gunther are going to be switching shows. So Gunther's going to SmackDown. Cody's going to Raw because it's going to be the A show. There was a thing that they want Roman Reigns and CM Punk. They want them all on Raw. So I'm going to say, yeah, Netflix is definitely going to want all hands on deck.
And that just illustrates how much Triple H has failed, that Netflix does not want Gunther.
I guess that is... I didn't even think about that. Get this Austrian out of here.
Yeah.
Give us Cody.
Can't even understand what he says.
Yeah, I guess I didn't look at it as him just being cast away.
Well,
like, we need the real champion over here. But yeah, that is just a rumor. If you've watched SmackDown and Gunther was there for no damn reason, I guess you can see how they get to that conclusion. I mean, ultimately, it does make sense because they're making hand over fist money, and I don't know why they would jeopardize that.
I mean, they could make a little bit more if they just got a little bit more serious, got rid of some of the kid shit. Maybe less fucking no talent Dupree in the back saying Otis. Show some men being men.
They just want to keep appealing to their advertisers, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I wish they would appeal to fans.
Yeah, that would be a good thing to do. But our next story goes to Rey Fenix. I'll be honest, there's not really much to go on here. But it is something worth mentioning. So Rey Fenix, he's been taken to Twitter. He's been teasing that he's going to be talking soon. The whole thing about him being held in his contract and kept off of TV. So he recently took to Twitter, and the tweet was, "No one stays in a place where they received inhumane treatment." That was the tweet. cryptic ass tweet, obviously.
So wait, he's implying that he's getting inhumane treatment from AEW?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a developing story here because that was the only thing he said. But it's going to be interesting to see what exactly he means by that. He also said that he's going to be able to talk soon. So I don't know. It's just an interesting thing all around it. I just wanted to throw it out there because it's something's brewing.
Okay. I guess
But
I'll reserve an opinion for when there's more than that.
Yeah, there's nothing to expand on because it's cryptic ass and no one knows what that means yet.
Okay.
And then our last just funny story. So, if you remember on SmackDown, you had the Bloodline. They came out, they beat up LA Knight and Andrade. Not Shinsuke. He escaped. Well, there was some fan footage as the Bloodline was leaving. These were some adult fans. They were heckling the Bloodline as you would. One guy, he yelled at Jacob Fatu, "Hey, Jacob Fatu, you suck." And as Jacob Fatu was passing, he says to the fan, "Yo mama suck dick." And then the fan's like, "What did he just say to you?" So it's just funny that he just went all un-PG on that fan. And they were surprised, like, "What?" But yeah, that's just a funny note. I don't think anything will happen from it, but
No.
like, yeah, him getting in trouble or anything, but yeah, there it is.
You will never Solo! I acknowledge you, Solo! I acknowledge you! Shut up! You suck, Jacob! Tell him! Mama suck dick.
Like, he just slipped that right in.
He didn't hesitate.
The fact that he even heard them say something, because he was pretty far away when they said, "You suck, Jacob."
What would you do if he just started approaching you like that? I would start pointing at you.
Up.
It was him. Wasn't me.
Yeah, what'd you say? Nothing.
Yes, sir.
I didn't say nothing.